We're going to start with Anthony Chiang, Miami Herald. Go ahead.
Hey Vic, congratulations on the new deal and thanks for doing this. Well, I wanted to ask you two things. Just I guess entering free agency, how set were you on kind of hoping that you would be back here? And number two, I guess what went into, after you agreed to the deal, just the renegotiations and kind of agreeing to new terms a week later?
Yeah, I mean, it would, initially, going into it, of course, that's what I would have loved to come back here, but free agency is free agency. You're not really sure. You're unsure. You have, ideas. And you kind of have aspirations for certain things to go certain ways. But again, there's a little uncertainty that goes into free agency. But, it was just the best deal for me, I feel like. And, it kind of seemed like a lot of people were kind of shying away from me. So, I think that, the Heat was coming back here and playing with the Heat was the best option for me. And, I'm looking forward to, running it back. I felt like we had a very good and strong opportunity to, make it to the finals last year. And, that's the goal this year, is to, make it there and be successful. So I'm glad I get to be a part of that journey and that process of trying to get there.
Thanks, Vic.
Right up next, we have Ira Winderman. Go ahead.
Hey, Vic, how are you?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, thank you. It seems that everything since your injuries and then the trade has been very incremental. Finish the season with the Heat, come back at a minimal deal. Last year, come back for a little bit more now. Is it frustrating to you how incremental the process has been? And is it in any way disappointing that from who you are as an all-star player, that it's been this journey that just continues to sort of be somewhat of an uphill climb? Thank you.
I don't even know if it has anything to do with me being, the two-time All-Star, most improved. I think it's just just being a human being in general. It's tough. Whenever you face adversity and you have to figure out a way to climb out of it, and figure out a way to continue to keep pushing and keep fighting. Of course, I'm human. There are days where it gets frustrating. There are days where, sometimes there are days where you wish you could turn back, time and change things. But I live with no regrets. And, things happen to everyone. It's just about how, you handle that thing or that situation when it comes up. That defines what type of character and what type of person you are. When it's all said and done. So I know this is a mountain climb, and I just started climbing the mountain. I've come a long way, but I still have a long way to go. I'm putting in the work every day to make sure I go past where I even was before, injury. So it's an uphill battle. It's an uphill climb, but I don't plan on stopping the climb anytime soon.
Thank you.
Right up next, we have Tim Reynolds, AP. Go ahead.
Thanks, Maddox. Good morning, Victor. Congratulations again.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. You just mentioned it in part of your answer to Ira's question that you were a most improved player in this league once. Have you ever thought about the possibility of being that guy again? I mean, it's a numbers-based thing. Like people look at numbers, and if you do make a big jump next year, people will say, wow, he's improved. I mean, have you thought about how unusual it would be to be in contention for something like that a second time?
I never really thought about it until you just mentioned it. That would be pretty interesting. But no, I haven't really thought about it. I mean, unfortunately, I was, given this challenge and getting injured, the first time, and after having such a great year, And and then that happening, it was tough for me. But I truly believe that I can be better than I was. And that might sound crazy to everyone, but I rather have that mentality, and I can live with the results after that because I'm going to push myself to be that. But to if that happens, cool. You know what I'm saying? I think the biggest goal for me is to show everyone that I'm healthy, and I can play a whole year, and also to show everyone that um, I'm one of the best players in this league. So everything else will take care of itself, and that's what I'm focused on.
Thank you, Victor.
All right, up next we have Cooper Moorhead, Heat.com. Go ahead.
Hey Vic, congratulations and welcome back. I know a lot of this stuff is ultimately up to Spo, but I'm curious as to what you took away from your minutes in the playoffs, and what you can take away from those as far as it plays into what your role will be next year and your fit next to the current roster.
I just felt like Spo put me out there in Game 7. Just to go out there because I was playing very well defensively, making things happen for us on that end of the floor. And I don't really know what next year brings. I really don't know. I'm supposed to be meeting with Spo a little later on in a couple of weeks when he comes back from Vegas. So I look forward to that meeting, that dinner. But I don't necessarily know what next year's looks like or feels like. But I do know I will be prepared for anything. So I'm going to prepare myself for any and everything. So that won't be something I'll be worried about going into training camp, is being prepared, because without any doubt in my mind, I know I will be. So whatever next year brings, I'll be ready for it.
Thank you, Vic.
All right, up next we have Wes Goldberg, Locked On Heat. Go ahead.
Hey Vic, thanks for doing this.
So
Just curious about, now that you've got the contract, you got a couple months between now and training camp. Like, what do the next couple of months for you look like?
I just finished working out before I came here, so that's what the next few months look like. Is not necessarily doing interviews like this, but definitely working, and working on and off the court, both on my mind, my body, and like I said, making sure that I'm prepared for any and everything coming in the training camp and next year.
Thank you.
All right, Vic, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.